Good morning, guys. So today we're doing something that I have been procrastinating doing for like ever. About like I don't know, 6-7 months ago now, I bought rubber high pressure transmission lines to replace my rusted ones that I figured were gonna blow at any second now. And I needed a transmission cooler, and I was gonna order one off Alligator, like one of the BD ones with the built-in fan or whatever. It's pretty expensive though, and I think I can just get one in town for almost the same price for just good quality. So we're gonna go down to the store today and see if we can find a cooler that matches up with the lines that I have, so that way I don't have to buy any like fucking fittings or anything, and we're gonna do an install today. It's kinda figured it needed to be done. I have today off, so we're just gonna go ahead and get it done. Just in case anyone was wondering, if you ever want to charge your AC with one of these little fucking cheap cans, having an extra turbo really makes it difficult and makes everything fucking really hard to do. So we're gonna do that now because it's hot as fuck. All right, so we finally gathered all the stuff for our little fucking custom job today, and we had to stop and get some food. So we got some Jack in the Box, which really, I think takes the cake for fast food. It's probably my favorite. I'm not promoting Jack in the Box by any means. It's just good. I did realize though, I have one of those like Joby Gorilla mounts, and one of my little like cups that holds my anal beads there, because that's what everyone calls them apparently, is cracked. So I don't know if I'm gonna glue it, push it back together or something, but kind of shitty because I paid like 60 bucks for this thing, but it still works, so keep rolling with it. We're gonna go home, eat real quick, and then get started making this custom trans cooler, so get to it. Alright guys, so here we are. We have the fan, the lines, drill, some metal, brushes, hacksaw, sockets, fluid, bolts, nuts, welder, and the factory transmission cooler. I'm gonna see if this works. I might be upgrading to a aftermarket cooler if this does not doesn't keep it cool enough for the temperatures out here. Basically what I'm doing today is I'm gonna build a bracket type deal for that fan to sit around. So we're gonna take this metal and build like a square bracket for that is then going to be bolted to the transmission cooler, which I have new lines to mount, and we're going to mount underneath the truck. Now something cool about Chevys I want to show you real quick is that the grills are insanely easy to take out, which makes this awesome. Maybe not. Alright, so that, and you just give it a pull, all sides are out. Now I do have like a light under here that's wired in, so I can't really go too far with it, but usually when I'm working in front, I'll just hold on 1 second. Alright, there we go. You just set it up, now you have full access. Just pops right out, pops back in. Some bugs stuck to this, some bug juice. So it's pretty warm. It's not too bad, but basically we're gonna unbolt here. We're gonna try and reuse this. Maybe we won't. There's bolt holes down here. We might bend those, but basically this whole kit comes with new fittings. So we're gonna take these fittings out and connect lines. We're gonna move this underneath the truck with the fan attached to it to keep it cool. And we're basically so 2000. I guess all Duramaxes maybe. The transmission cooler is run through the radiator first, so it goes. The lines go into the radiator right here, and then they go through, come into the cooler, go back into the transmission. And they do that so if it's cold out, your transmission warms up faster and you're able to, you know, it gets the operating temp first. But being out here in California and having a built transmission and It's an older trans, the 01 style, where it doesn't have the C solenoid. My trans gets really hot, so I'm trying to keep it below 200 degrees. When I was running at like, I'm running at 210 the whole way home today because it's like 102 out today. So that's kind of the goal here. Let's get these temperatures down. So we're gonna start by building the bracket and figuring out how we can fit the fan to the actual freaking cooler. So we'll start with that. Okay, so first thing you gotta do to get these lines out and drain or whatever, it's over here, which is a mess, but come in closer. You gotta pop this little plastic clip off, and then these little snap rings come out of these. Maybe if they weren't so rusty, or if I had the right tools, but come on, fucker. There we go. So they come out like that, and then this line should be able to, well, eventually these lines will come out. There it is. So that's all. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. You'll have to videotape that. So now that we got both the lines off disconnected from the bottom, we are going to unbolt it from here. So fucking hot out today. After that, this comes out if it does. This is free and clear. Oops. Alright, so for underneath the truck, we're going to try to, well, I'm going to attach this fan to the cooler to keep it cool. So we're going to build some kind of contraption. If you see, we're probably mounted about this far away. And basically we're going to put a piece of plate steel and then have it like kind of cone down towards this and just weld it to it, and do the same thing on the bottom for a bracket, and that way it sucks the air in and keeps this cool, and we'll have this facing forward. We're gonna have to wire that up, but that's pretty much what we're gonna do now. We're gonna get it all mocked up and start cutting this plate steel and get to welding. So just for a little fucking tidbit of information, when you use a hacksaw, I don't know if you can see the little teeth on it, when you use a metal hacksaw the right way, you're supposed to go with against the teeth and then off, against the teeth and off. I've been cutting like this because this is a cheap hacksaw and I'm lazy and this is cheap blades, but that really wears out the teeth faster. And you're just supposed to do like one push and push and then push, 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 over and over like that. It's obviously not as fast. The cuts are better. The teeth last longer. If you're like me, you're just trying to get stuff done and you have cheap blades and a cheap hacksaw that you get for $2, then you can just really let her have it, you know?
Don't cut your leg open.
If I cut my leg open, it'll be a good day. So, there you go. You learned something today. Don't do what I'm doing, ever. So we got both the, ow dude, these are so hot. We got both the top sides cut out. This is gonna go across the fan like this. It doesn't hit. And go across it like that. And then the other one's gonna come out. And what this will do is kind of like, it'll kind of force the air down. I really kind of wanted to angle it, but obviously we kind of have to block some of it. So it's gonna go like this. We're gonna drill holes in it now, and then mock it up with the bolts, and then we'll weld this piece right here like this, and I'll hold it off the cooler a little bit, and then friggin', that's how it'll be mounted. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so we got the first bracket welded up, and I just did 2 welds and then 2 tacks. Like, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. It doesn't really need to be super duper strength, and you can tell I'm putting my weight on it, and it's not flexing or anything, so I think think it's pretty good. It'll hold the fan. Try not to go crazy with it. It is a little off-centered, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna get that mounted to the fan, and then the cooler, and then we'll have to build the bottom side that's gonna connect to the fan, and hopefully after that we'll just gotta mount it to the truck, wire up the fan, and then that should be it really. Take the old lines out and put the new lines in. So we're getting there. So alright, so we've been kind of making forward progress. I got the I was fighting with the lines for a little bit and my camera was dying, so I had to charge it. But we got the lines in the transmission, the 90 degrees. They're run up through here. I wrapped them in this like thick black tape just to keep them together so they don't get fucking chopped up here or anything. And then we changed where we're gonna mount it. I think we're gonna mount it right here on the front so it gets good airflow, and that's kind of where the lines could reach. I didn't really have anywhere on the frame to mount it, so we're gonna weld that on there next, and then hopefully hook up the lines and start it and check for leaks. So that's where we're at. All right, so I know people are probably gonna criticize me for this. We're starting to get it mounted, but I'm an idiot and I started welding before I checked the clearance. And this little bracket right here doesn't clear underneath it, so I'm gonna cut like the top off a little bit just so I can get the holes closer and get it up in there. So yeah, that's where we're at. All right, this thing has been kicking my ass and I'm about done with it. We got it all hooked up though and mounted. Yes, I know, it's hanging. Yes, this is not an off-road truck. No, I don't really care what you say. It's gonna keep it cool, hopefully. Right now, I'm gonna wire up the fan and hopefully be done with this. So, we'll see how it goes. One last thing. Hey guys, so after a long, grueling battle, it's done. We got it on there, fan's working, no drips yet. We're gonna let it run, take it for a test drive, fucking check it out, make sure everything's good. This thing kicked my ass. It was a lot harder than I ever thought it was gonna be. Down the hill, it was like 90, well it was like 100 at my house and then 95 on the way down. It's 88 now, I don't know if you can see that. And it crept up to like 180. Or 185, but it didn't go above that, and usually it's at like 200, 210. You know, it's hot out, so I think so far it worked. We're gonna go grab some food and then go drive around some more, make sure it doesn't leak or anything. No leaks? Nothing. So no leaks right now, so yeah, it's good stuff. So hopefully you guys, I know I already said it, but hopefully you like that install. And I'm sorry I didn't videotape all of it. It was really kicking my ass, but go ahead and like, subscribe, and we'll do some more custom shit. It was just something I needed to do, keep my trans cool, so we'll catch you guys later.